Garage Gym Life. We've got mail. That's right. It's a U-Bell. Let's open it up and see what's inside. Okay, that was my Mr. Rogers intro. Try something new, try something different. Drop a comment, let me know if you liked it or not. But, as I said, this is some new mail. I've actually had this for a couple of days. You guys do not know how hard it was for me to avoid opening it, but I said I was going to do the unboxing with you guys on camera. So I have not opened it all. I know what it is, but I haven't opened it at all. And heck, I mean, the box gives it away. This is a U-Bell. So if you don't know, the U-Bell is a kind of a mix between a kettlebell and a dumbbell. And it is a collaboration between AbMat and Dr. Aaron, I think his name is pronounced Horshig, maybe it's Horshig. Anyway, he's from Squat University. So they came up with this product together, and it comes in 18 pound, 26 pounds, 35 pounds, 44 pounds, and a 53 pound, which is what I have here. So all that's in the package is the 53 pounds, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it out now. Set this to the side. So here, let's see some features. Has 24 kilograms on one side, and then 53 pounds on the other side. And really, this looks to me like a set of headphones. But it is certainly heavier than headphones. See right there? The theory behind this is it's really, you can use it for kettlebell movements, but it's supposed to really shine when you use it in place of, say, an adjustable dumbbell. So I'm looking forward to playing with this. As soon as Dylan told us about it, he actually told us about it during the behind the scenes stuff when I was a guest on the Garage Gym Radio podcast. And that link to that conversation, which I think was actually really interesting, is going over my head right now. But I was a guest on there, and during the, after the conversation part that you guys saw was over, Dylan let us know that AbMat was coming out with this product. So when I saw that it was, that what it was, I said, hey, send me one. And he said, okay. So he went ahead and sent one, so I can go ahead and I'm gonna play with it a little bit. I have seen some conversations online, some comments about, you know, why do we need this? Why is this important? And to be honest with you, let's be real. None of the stuff that's in our home gyms is something that we need. What matters to me is whether it's something that you will use personally to help you achieve your goals. And to me, it's just as important if this fulfills some technical need that you have. So let's say you can't squat and you have something that helps you still work your legs, or if it's something that just keeps it interesting so you're able to stay consistent. To me, those are just as valuable as each other. And for me, this fits into the category of something that looks like it's going to be interesting to train with. I can tell you that the grip feels very good. It's not super grippy, so I would assume, I haven't tried it yet, obviously y'all saw me take it out of the box. I would assume that it is going to be good for kettlebell swings because the grip isn't so grippy that it's going to chew up your hands too much. It's definitely not something you would want to put knurling on, but it's not going to be so grippy that it's going to chew up your hands. But at the same time, it's grippy enough for me to feel kind of secure with it as I'm grabbing it, even without any chalk on my hands. It's feeling good in my hand. It's got some, it feels like some decent powder coat. There are a couple, it showed up with a few chips on it, but nothing that's gonna bother me. I'm pretty easygoing about this kind of stuff. As long as it's not something that's gonna impair the function and overall lifespan of a product, I don't really care about that. Looks like it's really well made. It's got, let's see, the U-Bell on one side, and let's see what other branding we have. Got AbMat on the other side too, so it's pretty cool. You know what I always say, you won't know unless you try it, right? So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna move this camera out of the way, give myself some room, and I'm just gonna try a couple of movements with it just to see how it feels. All right, before I start playing with these, I figured I'd give you a size comparison just so you can get an idea of what we're talking about here. So over here, I've got a Rep Fitness kettlebell, and you guys can see the size of it. This is a 53 pound Rep kettlebell. Then we've got the U-Bell, which is again 53 pounds. And then I've got a 50 pound normal hex head dumbbell right there. So you guys can see the size comparison between the U-bell and the rep kettlebell. Now, one other thing is, if you look at the handle diameter of the rep kettlebell versus the handle diameter of the U-bell, you guys can see that the U-bell seems to be just a hair thinner in the handle. But if you look at the dumbbell handle, it's going to be a little bit thinner than the U-bell. So the U-bell handle is thicker than this dumbbell handle, and it is thinner than the Rep Fitness kettlebell handle. Granted, dumbbell handles vary. So if I had a dumbbell where the handle tended to balloon out like some of those, some of the old style York handles did, then this would change. But compared to the dumbbells I have, this is the difference. All right, so my plan is to do the exact same movement with each implement just to see how it feels, okay? I've never touched this U-bell before. So I'm gonna go with stuff that I've already done. So I'm gonna start with the kettlebell, and we just start with a simple swing up into a clean rack, okay? I'm not wearing any chalk. Okay, you guys see the difference right there? So let me do that again. And I'll turn a little bit to the side. With the kettlebell, when I go into the rack position, front rack position, it's easy because the kettlebell is stopped by my forearm, right? So it's actually resting. I got bone on bone, my body's supporting it. With the U-bell, it doesn't stop. It kept on going, so I actually had to squeeze to stop it. I'll do that again. Turn it a little bit to the side. Okay? There's nothing holding it except, well, me. And of course, with a dumbbell, I would do that. That was probably the worst form I've ever had in my life on a dumbbell clean. Let's say I'm tired. Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, so that's the first thing you have to think about, that your form is going to change a little bit if you're used to using a kettlebell for all of your movements and you switch to this. It's gonna force you to change your technique a little bit, and it's gonna force your muscles to work in ways that they're not accustomed to. So for me, that in itself makes it an interesting training tool. Now, let's try something else. I'm gonna put it up here, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'll do a press with it. Make sure you guys can see. Again, I'm not using chalk. Okay, go to here. Okay. Whoa, I almost hit myself in my lips and teeth. My wife won't like that. Okay. Now let me move the camera. Okay, so one thing I just thought about as far as picking it up, you guys saw that picking it up the way I would normally do a clean into the rack position was difficult. It seems to me that I have to pick it up almost like you would if you were doing a barbell, picking up a barbell, do like a one-hand barbell movement, like say a javelin press or something like that, or even a barbell windmill. So I would do this, and now I have it right here, okay? Notice that when I come down though, my hand automatically rotates. So actually this feels like it'd be really good for its automatic Arnold press. So that's pretty cool too. So yeah. Yeah. Because if you come straight down, it's gonna get in your way. So, still just playing around with it. Again, this is my first time opening this box up. Now, I'm not really strong in the Turkish get-up, but that's the final thing I want to try. So, set this chumpy, as we used to say, down over here. Alright, let's get on the ground. Shout out to my lovely wife for holding the camera. That, by the way, is a PR. And I know you're supposed to go back down with it, but let's just call it a half gardener, sort of, okay? Saving my energy. So if I can do it with the kettlebell, I know I can do it with the dumbbell. Let's just try it with the U-bell, because y'all don't care about my dumbbell Turkish get-up. None of you do. I see your faces. I can see you, especially you in the back. Oh, that's already weird. You guys see how it's rotating on me? I've got it braced against my forearm right here, and it's still rocking. Rocking you, rocking you, rocking you. Brace, explode. Ooh, these are the good times. Leave your fears behind. What's that dude from wrestling? So that was a really interesting. I enjoyed it. Wipe the sweat off my face, and we'll come back and wrap it up. All right, so you guys got to see a bunch of stuff that I did. I also tried some one-hand kettlebell swings. This is really too light for me to do two-hand kettlebell swings, unless maybe I'm doing like 100 of them, which ain't happening. Shout out to Dan John's 10,000 swing challenge, but that's not happening this year. But one-handed, it felt really good. I did try to do the American swing where you go all the way up. I got to a little bit above my head and it was not happening. I knew the U-bell was gonna swing around, and I just didn't think it was safe. But you guys got to see me hit a PR. Actually, 2 PRs, because Mark Bell says if you've never done it before, it's a PR. So I got a PR with the U-bell, and I got a PR in the Turkish get-up with the kettlebell, 53-pound kettlebell. So this is still not enough for me to say my final verdict on this product. But what I just did in the last 20 minutes or so of handling this implement is enough for me to say this is intriguing, and if you're looking for something that'll be a unique challenge and you just want to have some fun in your training, this is an excellent product for you to get. I don't know yet if there are going to be things that will be contraindications or just something I'll say, oh, you know, this is kind of annoying, because I haven't had enough time to play with it yet. But just from unboxing it, if you're the kind of person that enjoys doing maybe kettlebell juggling even, I can just imagine how interesting that would be. So people like Steph Joe Sorensen, people like that, I can see that they would enjoy playing with an implement like this. So I've got the link to grab one of these for yourself. I'm gonna warn you, the 53s are selling out quick. So if you want a 53 like I have, you better jump on it. But I'm putting the link in the description for this video so you guys can grab it if you can. Anyway, wanna watch another video featuring me looking at stuff? It's right there.